Hello everybody, good afternoon. It's Wednesday. I hope you're all doing well. I had planned another video for today, but I decided that I would take you along with me while I videoed my covering of my journal that I'm creating for my Beatrix Potter, the Works of Beatrix Potter kit from Rach and Bella Crafts. I can't find a fabric for my cover. I'm still having a hard time figuring out exactly what I want to do for the cover, but I do know that I've decided on a fabric covered book. So I'm starting out with some muslin, and it's a medium weight muslin that I'm using, and it's an off-white color. So I'm not an expert at this, so I just thought that I'd turn on the camera and have you come along with me, and I'll show you my process of how I did my last one, which was years ago. So what I do first is I cut my board to how, the size that I want it. This is very thin board you get off, like an 8.5 or 12 by 12 paper pad or what have you. So what I'm going to do first is glue. I taped it down here just so that it wouldn't move. Because of my vision, I don't want to I don't want to have it moved, and I want to make sure that it stays even. So this is just tacky glue that I'm using because, in all honesty, it's all that I have. I know people use PVA, they use Fabri-Tac and things like that, but I just have a problem with the Fabri-Tac on my hands, and I know that this will be getting on my hands. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm just going to be covering it right now, and then my plan is to actually paint the fabric once I'm done. I won't be painting the fabric today. I'll do that tomorrow, or once it dries. If it dries today, I'll do it today. I'll do the video today. If it doesn't, well then I'll do it tomorrow, and I'll do something else today, or I'll do what I had planned on. So how are you all? I hope you're well. I have too many ideas in my head. I actually have 3 journals printed. 3 journal ideas, and the things are printed for them. So I have got to finish this one. I was waiting for some ink to come in, and it finally came in. So I finished doing that part. I said, rather than go off on a rabbit trail, I better do this. So what I'm doing is, this is the piece that goes on the spine. So I do that first. And I don't know how most people do it, because I don't really watch a lot of videos on this. Actually, I have never watched a video. Kind of just taken off on my own. I probably should have, but I've heard people explain it, but it's not something I do often. So here goes. Anyway, this is just how I do it. So I've got plenty of glue on there, I think. And I'm just going to put my piece here. I think I put too much glue, but that's all right. It will dry. And just make sure that's sealed down. I'm just going to push this over here. It'll dry faster, so I can turn the board over. Well, it's not going to go anywhere, that's for sure. And like I said, taping it down for me is good because I know that it won't move and those spaces will stay exactly where I had them. And I have a journal that I made this way, and it's still very sturdy and looks beautiful. So, but I covered it with a different fabric. So, I think I'm just gonna roll that just to make sure, because I just don't want to get any glue on my roller. There. I probably could take my scraper and do it, but my roller works pretty good. So once that's done, and I know that it's glued on there really well, and it's not going to move, then I can untape it. I just have it scotch taped down, because once I lift the scotch tape, I'll have to do that bottom, you know, just get some glue under there. And up here. I hope I'm in frame. I'm just taking this off. And making sure I have glue up here. And it doesn't matter what fabric you use. I do it, you know, I did it, like I said, I've done it with other fabrics before as well, so. Oops. I don't know why I just did that. I got some on my little extra piece here, and that's valuable fabric. So let me just really quick wipe up that glue I got on my plate so that I don't get it on anything else. Sorry about that. My watch ringing. It's crazy, isn't it? They say that, you know, our phones used to be attached to the wall and now they're attached to our wrist. It's crazy, but it's convenient, especially when I'm filming. Okay, I'll just let that dry for 1 second and then I'll flip it over and I'll put the other piece on the other side. After I get my glue off of here, and I just use hand sanitizer for that, and it takes it right off. I think I put a little bit too much on. I was a little overkill. Sorry. I probably should have put down my plastic mat. Didn't even think about it. I actually didn't think about anything. I just turned the camera on. As you can tell. Like, why not? I can do this. If I mess it up, well, you'll see how I fix it. right? Right. Okay. So then I turn it over. And because this is nice and dry, I don't have to tape it down anymore. Now I'm just going to take my piece that I already have, and this is going to be my cover. Making sure it's even. I might have to cut it up a little bit. I might have made it a little bit too big, but that's okay. Rather too big than too small. So now I'm going to spread my glue, and I just do one side at a time because it dries fast. Maybe I should have taped it down. So thick, but it works really well. And it doesn't seem to warp the, you know, the book board or the cardboard at all. At least it didn't with the other one, so, but the other one I used PVA. But I'm thinking that this is probably pretty much the same as PVA. Except for it is definitely a lot thicker. And I really like the silicone brushes because my, you know, the other brushes really seem to drag and they're hard to clean, and I don't really like to ruin my brushes. Even the cheaper ones, I don't really like to ruin them because, and they're hard to get the glue out of the brushes. Sorry, I didn't close my door. My husband just came in. He's out watering for me. So my allergies, I'm just trying to stay inside as much as I can, which is very difficult because if you know me, if you're not new to my channel, I have terrible allergies, and I love, 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 love to garden as much as I love to craft. So I try to get out early in the morning, but lately I haven't really been able to do that. I did go out and pick my lavender yesterday morning, because that's just taken off. It's like I no sooner pick it and a week later I'm harvesting it again, so it's fine. Love it. I do have an announcement coming up soon, I hope. It's pretty exciting for me. I'm a little bit nervous about it, but I'm going to do it. Something I've wanted to do for a long time, so wait for that. And if you're new here, welcome. And to all of my subscribers, thank you for stopping by. If you're new here, I really would appreciate it if you would consider subscribing if you were inspired in any way. And please leave me a note if you have a YouTube channel so I can follow you as well. So I'm just going to lay this down on here, like so. I pre-iron my fabric. You don't have to, but I just find it easier. Some people don't. I didn't get that on straight, but that's okay. I should have straightened my board before I put it down. I hope I have enough up there in that corner. I'm actually going to lift it and position it better because I have a feeling that I didn't put enough up in that corner. So excuse me. Like I said, this is not, I am not a professional. There we go. Now I know I have enough. Except I have a thread in there, which, oh, it's all right. It'll add character when I'm done. I might be able to get it out when I lift it back to do the other side. That's why I do one side at a time. So just let me do this. You can do this with your spatula or your credit card or what have you. And I've never painted anything like this before, so I really don't know how that's going to come out either. But you know what? It's just a little bit of fabric and some cardboard. So if it doesn't come out the way I have imagined in my mind, it's okay. We'll do it again. We'll do something different. But the book isn't really about Peter Rabbit. It's about the journal. It's about the works of Beatrix Potter. So I'm trying to keep it, you know, without a lot of lace, which is very difficult for me. I'm trying to not add too much pink. I have some vintage pink, very vintage. It's like 1970s Beatrix Potter fabric. I'm trying to see if I have a little piece of it. Oh, here it is. But for the first thing, it's flannel, and the second thing, it's pink, and it just would not go with the works of Beatrix Potter. Now, maybe a baby journal or something like that. But I will be using it in some of my little pieces here and there throughout the journal because it's so pretty. But yeah, it's very, very vintage, 1970s. So, and I just knew that it just wouldn't go with my plan in mind. Sometimes when you design something, it's just like, oh, it's so frustrating because you know in your mind what you want and then you just have to come up with it, right? So there, I will pull it back enough to make sure that I get everything glued. Let's pull that piece off and that piece off. I'm trying to go as quickly as I can, but I have a, there we go. And like I said, I'm just using tacky glue. I just put it in a bowl to make it easier to get it on the book board and to spread it. Oh, I don't believe I just did that. I did it again. I didn't put down my paper. So I'm going to get it on my glass, but oh well. It comes up easy enough, right? My husband said, you should probably watch a few videos on that before you do it. I'm like, I don't have time. I might not have enough glue either. There's a piece of cardboard in there, or fabric or something. I think it's a piece of, cardboard. I'm sorry, I am such a slow crafter. I think it's part of it is the perfection in me. I tried to get rid of it and it didn't work. I'll clean that up when I'm done. But see how the spatula really, the silicone spatula really helps with spreading the glue. Whereas a brush would kind of just go over it, you know? I didn't have one of these the last time I did this, and it took me forever to get the glue on. Suppose I could use like a stiff paintbrush, you know, like a painter's brush. You could probably do that as well. Especially with the PVA because it's not as thick. The PVA is a lot like Elmer's, you know, it's thinner. But it works really well. I mean, people use it to bind books with, so. And you can even use it on wood. But I am out of it. My husband will have to go to Ace and pick some more up. The bigger hardware stores don't carry it, but Ace does. And I know in Europe and like Australia and stuff, they carry it everywhere because they all seem to use it. And I have to ask my friend Bella, I noticed on her table the other day that she was using a new fabric glue. It was not Fabri-Tac. So I have to ask her what that glue is. Bella from Bella's Crafty Studio. If you don't follow her, you really, really should. She's fabulous. She's taught me a lot. They're having a retreat over in Wales, Rach and Bella Crafts. And so many of my friends I've followed for so many years, Angela Kerr is going, and all of my UK friends are going, and my, I'm pretty sure Rose from Ireland is going. So sad. The prices are so expensive. So my friend Lenore and I, she's from Canada. She's in Rach and Bella's group as well. I think we'll probably maybe get together at the same time in June so that I'm sure the flights will be a lot less expensive for me to get to Canada. I've not been, so I've been to Canada, but not where she lives. So maybe we'll do that. So that we're not green with envy. Waiting for the pictures to arrive. Okay, sorry about that. I know I'm slow. I'm very fussy. So I'm just gonna push it all that way. And I'm gonna kind of take my fingernail and just go in here. That's where my spine is. I should have done it to the other side too while it was still wet. See how much easier it is when it's still wet. didn't do it on the other side either, so I'm hoping that won't be a problem. And that's it. Sorry about the noise. I've seen so many of these, and people will say, you know, that they had done it, you know, that it was a fabric covered book board, but it's like, okay, how did you do it so well? So now I'm just going to lift it up, and I am going to try and do the same thing here because I forgot. It's still wet enough. I'm actually going to take my ruler and put it in there. I just don't want it to buckle. I don't think it will. There we go. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this side up just a little bit. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to pinch it this way to get my round edge. And I'm just going to cut it like that, and that will give me my corner here. And I'm going to pull it up this way. I know that this isn't the way most people do it, but it works for me better. I'm always afraid I'm going to cut that too short, you know. And it kind of gives you that round, you know, that round corner that you're looking for. And there you go. And then I'm going to cut this up here. And same on this side. Because this is going to fold under this way and this is going to fold under this way. So I'll glue that first if I haven't run out of glue. sure to put it upside down. I'm sorry. I know I have more in there, so just drag it out. Maybe not. Oh, there it is. Well, maybe next time I'll turn on the camera and make sure I have enough glue. Just didn't want to make 2 of these. But I did want to share with you, and I wanted to see you all and craft along. If you were new to covering books like I am, I wanted you to know that anything is possible with just giving it a try. All right, I guess that button's empty. We have another one just in case. This won't take long, this part. So I'm just going to glue this down here. And I'm going to glue this here. Yeah, and that's going to work great. So I will leave you with that. I'm just going to fold this up this way and then bring this over, and that will give me another, a nice corner. I won't go through the whole thing with you. See, it just gives you a really nice corner there. And I'll glue the rest down, and then I'll be back later once it's all dry, and I will show you my painting process that I have in mind. So thanks for watching, and until next time, be well, be safe, have a fabulous day, and God bless. Bye-bye, everybody.